What is going on, everyone? Welcome back to another video, and today we are checking out the brand new FIX Saddle platform brought to us by Lone Wolf Custom Gear here in 2022. Now, in this video, it is going to be a little bit different than some of the ones that we've done in the past, just due to the fact that I've never hunted out of a saddle platform. So this video is more of like an unboxing, first impression. A little bit later in the year, once we get more time to test this thing out, we'll do another follow-up video very similar to the one that we did with the Lone Wolf Custom Gear 0.5 setup. So real quick though, let's talk about the specifications. We will play around with some sticks to get like an overall weight for like a hunt ready setup, and then from there we will take this thing outside and we will throw it on the tree for the very first time, and we'll talk about the new camming method and then just how tight this thing actually locks to the tree. So in regards to the specifications, what you're looking at with the FIX Saddle platform by Lone Wolf Custom Gear is you are looking at a 12-inch by 12.5-inch platform. Now the advertised weight is coming in at 3 pounds 9 ounces, but when I put it on my scale, I'm getting 3 pounds 9.8 ounces, so they are pretty close. So no complaint there on my end. It is weighted for 300 pounds. It is made with American metal. It has a Topside leveling system, and then it also has their hardened titanium finish, which you can expect on all of the Lone Wolf Custom Gear products. Now, the texturing or the grip that is added to the platform is actually machined in, and it's very, very sharp, so you're not going to have to worry about hunting in wet or slippery conditions and losing any type of traction on this. Now, in addition to the overall spec design, you will see as you start to look at this platform that there are multiple points for you to integrate your sticks into the platform, so you can have an entire system, a very compact, low profile setup. And that is one thing or the biggest selling point for me when I start looking at Lone Wolf Custom Gear products, is the fact that everything integrates together. And it is, like I said, and I've said this before in the past on some of my other videos, it is truly a system and really makes you more efficient and more effective, in my opinion, as you start getting into this mobile hunting thing. You don't have to worry about where you're going to put your sticks. You don't have to worry about how you're going to attach your sticks. Are you going to use bungee cords, gear ties? It's just basically already there and designed for you in the system itself. So very, very cool to see that. Now, new in 2022, they did start using their double step stacking pockets, which is new on all of the Lone Wolf Custom Gear platforms, and also their newer stands in 2022. So if you're someone who likes to run the double steps, you're going to have a spot where it basically integrates into the platform of the Lone Wolf Custom Gear FIX Saddle setup. So in addition to that, you also have 4 latching points. So if you're someone who likes to secure your sticks to the platform by utilizing your cam buckle. Now, if you're someone who likes to run like a minimalistic setup, there's also 2 other latching points where you can put additional layers or other type of gear on the platform, and again, keep that profile super, super small, and then also be as minimalistic as possible. And then there's also 6 different points where you can now mount up their Lone Wolf Custom Gear Sidekick bow holder. Now, I ran that Sidekick bow holder on my 0.5 in the 2021 hunting season, and that thing is amazing. I was very impressed with how well it holds the bow. I don't think I'll ever run a screw-in style bow hanger or a strap-on bow hanger when I'm hunting out of my 0.5. However, when looking at the FIX platform, this thing is very small. I don't know if I would be comfortable running the Sidekick bow holder on this setup, just due to the fact that you have such a small real estate. You're going to be more prone to accidentally bumping your bow while you're up in the tree, and it would suck to have that thing fall out on you while you're out hunting. Now, another couple key features that I want to kind of talk about that really, in my opinion, Lone Wolf Custom Gear has made some drastic improvements. Now, when I first saw this, the FIX being posted online, I immediately noticed that they started to transition over to a machined-in Versa button compared to the traditional style Versa buttons that you get on some of their older products and really any other mobile hunting product that's available. But my concern with the machined-in Versa button is the fact that Lone Wolf Custom Gear is known for just having some super super sharp edges, and it definitely can fray or start to tear at cam buckles or am steel rope over time, and it really resulted in you having to Dremel out or tape up specific areas on your sticks and then also on your seat post on your stands. Whereas the FIX, as soon as I picked this thing up, I was very, very impressed with how rounded out these edges are. Now, I know in 2021, they started to refine their manufacturing process a little bit to eliminate some of those edges, but I did pick up a Lone Wolf Custom Gear double step in 2022, and this was supposed to come with those softened edges. Now, this is definitely a little bit better when compared to my Lone Wolf Custom Gear Mini, and definitely the seat post on my 0.5, but it was still sharp enough to the point where I felt like I needed to tape up that stick to avoid that fraying of that cam buckle. Whereas with the FIX, like I said, they did a fantastic job at rounding this out. Now, if this is something that consumers can expect from Lone Wolf Custom Gear going forward on the post and on their sticks, I think people are going to be very, very happy. Now, in regards to the stand itself, or the platform itself, I should say, the edges on this are very, very sharp, but in the specifications for the FIX, they basically advertise it that way just to increase that grip or that traction on the platform, definitely when you start to kind of side load this a little bit as you're trying to get around the tree. So not a big deal for me, but another thing I do want to mention as far as like the sharpness of the edges is those latching points were not really rounded out that great, like when compared to the rounding out or the softening of the edges on the post. If you're someone who likes to use those cam buckles to attach your sticks to the platform and you're really cranking down on those, you will probably want to pay attention to see if they'll start to fray over time. Now, when looking at like the teeth design of this platform, this is way more aggressive than when compared to my Lone Wolf Custom Gear 0.5. I feel like this is going to make this thing lock to the tree really well, but as we transition outside and set this thing up, we'll get a real feel for how well this thing does, because I have not set this thing up on a tree yet. Now, also what's new on the FIX is this top level adjustment, and there's a couple things that I want to talk about it. And the first one is that this is very unique. I've looked at other saddle platforms before in the past, and I don't think any of them, at least to my knowledge, have this type of adjustment knob available to you. Now, the only other thing that I want to mention is, like, if you have this thing in the folded up position, say you're getting ready to hang this on a stand, which again will, or hang this thing on a tree, which again we'll go over a little bit later. If this thing does not have that pressure from the platform, you'll hear that there's a little bit of play in that adjustment knob, and it does make a little bit of noise. So if you're adjusting this quickly, you're going to get some sound coming out of that. I just want to bring that to your guys' attention, that is something that you're probably going to have to go pretty slow with. Now, once this adjustment knob gets some pressure from the platform itself, you're not getting any of that noise. So you don't have to worry about accidentally kicking that thing as this thing is set up on the tree and you're hunting. If you had a deer come in and you bump that, you don't have to worry about that thing making any rattling. So that is one thing that I wanted to point out. Now, real quick, let's just talk about like stick attachment method. As I already mentioned, there is a way that you can integrate the mini steps and then also the double steps. Now, this platform was designed for their new 14-inch minis or doubles. Now, for me, the 14-inch sticks is definitely on the shorter side, and it's probably a little shorter than I would be willing to go. Actually, the 17-inch double steps is already on the short side for me, so I don't really have any interest in purchasing the 14-inch sticks. Now, when attaching the 17-inch mini sticks, the one thing that I want to mention is just due to the overall length, unfortunately, you're only going to be able to utilize one grommet hole. But if you're someone who is like me, who has already pre-taped your sticks out, basically to, again, prevent them from fraying your cam buckle straps, you'll see that the areas that I had taped basically line up with the end of that platform, so I'm not getting any of that metal on metal contact. And then for me, I'm not going to run the cam buckle over the attachment points. I'm a huge fan of utilizing the J hooks, just due to the fact that they get the sticks insanely tight to the platform. There's no rattle, there's no play once you're walking out into the woods. Now, the only downside to using the J hooks is there is a little bit of fiddle factor as far as like getting them on and getting them off. But for me, like I said, the the pros definitely outweigh the cons when it comes to the J-hook setup. Now this is basically what you're going to be looking at if you wanted to run two 17-inch sticks with cable aiders on the FIX saddle platform. Now let's go ahead and let's just kind of get like a weight on what this would be like. I know a lot of people out there are big fans of running two sticks in their overall hunting setup. And if you were someone who wanted to do that, you're basically looking at a setup that is under 8 pounds. I don't know if you guys can see that scale, but that is insanely light. Like, I mean, you're talking like a very minimalistic setup right here. Now, if you're someone who likes to run three sticks, obviously, you know, you definitely have that ability to. As you add those sticks, it's definitely just going to increase the overall weight. Now, when I first had purchased the FIX, my initial plan was to basically run 2 single steps and then a double step, but the only downside is when you're running the single steps, basically in this orientation, they're blocking those double stick stacking pockets. So you'd have to play around with how you want to set this thing up. Now, if you're someone who wants to run 2 single steps and a double step as your top step, you basically have to set your system up like this. They have these 2 different additional rubber grommet ports. So basically you're putting your sticks kind of on a slant just so you can open up those double step stacking pockets. And then with this setup, running three sticks, 2 singles, 1 double, let's just get an overall hunt ready or hunt weight on this. So if you ran this style setup, obviously you're going to be a little bit heavier, but you're coming in basically just over 10 pounds, if you guys can see that on the video. I'm trying to hold that up there, but yeah, so definitely a super light setup. If you wanted to get very minimalistic with this, you definitely could, but from here, let's go ahead, let's throw this thing on a tree and let's just test out how well this thing actually cams and how well it locks to the tree. All right, guys, so we are outside getting ready to demonstrate how you cam the FIX onto the tree and set this up and how tight this thing is actually going to get. Now, this thing's very different from the 0.5 that I'm historically used to using. You know, with the 0.5, you step into the stand and you basically toe cam it over. Whereas this, you can't do that. And actually, I tried just to see what it would be like. I didn't toe cam it, but I tried to just cam it standing here. And the way that those teeth are designed is it really will not allow you to cam it that way. So basically what Lone Wolf Custom Gear is saying is that you have to put this at basically about a 45-degree angle, pull that strap tight, or I should say snug, not tight. And then once it's basically in this position, you're gonna lift up on that platform and then pull down. And then once you pull it down, then you've basically cammed it over. Now, I can tell you right now, it took me like 3 or 4 times to get that. I'm very curious on how this is going to work when you're actually standing on the side of the tree on a stick, how easy this is actually going to be, because what I kept running into as I pulled up on it and went to go cam it, if you're not holding that platform in that up position, when you go to cam it, if it drops down any, it's actually not going to lock to the tree tight. And both times that I did it where it had slid down, that bat wing was actually pulling away from the tree with me just putting pressure on it. Now again, if you hold it up and then cam it over, it locks to the tree very well. It's very sturdy, and it could be this tree, but I am getting the platform on this side is pulling away a little bit, where the platform on this side is not. And I'll show you guys a close-up of that so you guys can see exactly what I'm talking about. But this is definitely gonna take some practice in the off season to get used to. Like I said, I'm pretty right now I'm actually a little worried about setting this up while you're on a stick and trying to get this thing to cam to the tree properly. Personally, and again, with a little bit more practice, but my first initial impression is it would be a lot easier if you could just toe cam this thing, but maybe they did it this way just due to safety issues. I'm not 100% sure. Like I said, I've never used a saddle before. Maybe someone who's watching this can leave a comment below. Do you typically toe cam other saddle platforms that are available on the market, like some of the ones by Trophy Line, or some of the ones by Tethered, you know, like I said, leave a comment below and let me know. But other than that, once you get this thing locked to the stand or locked to the tree properly, it is pretty tight, and like I said, it doesn't feel like it's going to go anywhere. Now, one thing I do want to mention is that I noticed right off the bat is there is quite a bit of flex in this platform, and you do feel it a little bit when you're standing on it. I mean, it's not a huge deal, but it is one thing that I want to mention, and I'm pretty sure you'll be able to see it in the footage that this platform is flexing quite a bit when I'm standing on it and moving around. Now, again, it could be the tree, but as I start to side load one of the sides, you can see the platform basically pull away from the tree. It doesn't feel like it's going to pop off, and I'm putting a pretty aggressive side load on it, but that's definitely one thing that I did notice is that side is constantly pulling away from the tree, and it could just be this tree. I mean, if you hunt like a smaller tree, I mean, this one in my opinion is already pretty small, but if you hunted something maybe a little smaller, maybe it would bite to the tree a little bit better. But other than that, that's basically gonna be it for this video. If you guys have any other questions, you can always leave me a comment below. If you guys are interested in checking out the Fix, I believe it is available for order, so you guys can head over to Lone Wolf Custom Gear and pick one of these up. The price tag on this thing I think is about $249 without shipping and without tax, so is probably more of the more pricier options available. But like I said, all the benefits of this system with the Lone Wolf Custom Gear stuff and how it all integrates together, in my opinion, is well worth it. But like I said, that's it for the video. If you guys have not subscribed to the channel, please do so. Your guys' support greatly helps us out. If you have not checked out MichiganAmbushoutdoors.com, please go over there. We do have some merch available, and your guys' purchases of that merch greatly supports this channel, keeps us doing what we're doing. Till next time, stay safe, stay healthy. We'll see you on the next one.